Welcome, Slayers, to another episode of DARKTIMES Debriefed, your behind-the-scenes look at how the ultimate Brawler Royale is being built. DARKTIMES has been in development since 2022 in partnership with Blowfish Studios, a team with deep experience shipping high-quality games. These updates are based directly on the internal development logs. They're raw, unfiltered, and designed to give you a clearer view into what's happening during each sprint. This episode covers the 2-week sprint ending on Friday the 25th of July, 2025, and includes build versions 18.2 and 18.3. Starting with 3D art and animation. The focus this sprint was on tightening animation logic and correcting motion bugs that were affecting combat flow. First, combo teleportation. Some weapons were causing the player to lunge unnaturally forward during combo chains. This was caused by excess root motion baked into the animation clips. The team has now stripped that motion and transitioned to character-driven movement, which gives much better control and cleaner chaining. Second, the two-handed axe. A subtle step forward was being triggered on every heavy swing, which looked janky when spamming attacks. That motion has now been removed, keeping the character more grounded and in place. Third, overhand animations on left-hand weapons. One of the swings was causing an awkward shoulder lift due to rig rotation offsets. That's now been cleaned up with a slight adjustment to the right arm. For the following week, build 18.3, the Huntress animation set was brought closer in line with other characters. Previously, her movement speed and animation blend weren't syncing, especially during chase and flee states. Now, posture, velocity, and stride length are matched to the rest of the cast. The major win this sprint? Combo chains finally behave predictably across multiple weapon types. But there was a major blocker. Internal data migrations were overriding animation files unexpectedly in test environments. This created confusion, and changes sometimes appeared undone between builds. Over to the lead developer. This sprint we focused on kill tracking and match flow stability. First, full deaths. Previously, if a player was thrown off a cliff or into a hazard, the kill was sometimes uncredited. That's now fixed. The kill feed now correctly attributes those deaths to the last player to cause impact or force movement. Next, cleanup of the kill feed system. The logic was previously tied to match state and could be skipped during quick deaths. We've now decoupled it from the round transition, and it updates more reliably. Weapon states were also causing issues, particularly if a weapon was dropped mid-attack. That flow has been hardened to prevent animation and collider mismatches. The major win? Kill tracking is now consistent, and no longer drops entries on ledge or full deaths. One blocker remains. The kill feed still occasionally desyncs when multiple deaths occur in the same frame. This will be addressed in the next sprint. The senior developer spent this sprint on hit reaction syncing and weapon collider bugs. One key issue involved weapons not applying on-hit triggers properly, especially after quick pickups. The root cause was that damage colliders weren't being re-registered after swapping or recovering weapons. This has now been fixed by forcing a full rebind on the relevant damage state machines. Full logic also received a minor patch. Thrown players who died from full damage are now tagged with a proper last hit source. Previously, this logic was only applied during melee kills. Finally, logs were added to better capture combo behavior and hit registration under latency. The major win? Correct attribution on full deaths and cleaned up weapon hit logic. But one blocker remains. Weapon colliders still sometimes stay active after a cancelled animation, leading to phantom hits. Back-end development focused this sprint on tournament match stability and testing tooling. The team added fallback logic for matches where the session leader disconnects mid-round. Now, a new match leader is promoted automatically to prevent lockups. We also expanded tournament history logs. Player progress and results are now saved in sequence, enabling better debugging and replay fidelity. A new testing tool was introduced that allows QA to simulate tournament states without needing full lobbies. The major win? Tournaments no longer soft crash when a leader leaves, and results tracking is now persistent. The blocker? Legacy bracket logic still interferes with spawn ordering and needs to be isolated. The game design team worked on tuning stamina, dodging, and feedback mechanics. 3 stamina region curves were trialed and compared. Based on tester feedback, We've shifted toward a curve that regenerates slowly under duress, but spikes quickly when disengaging. Dodge roll logic was also revised. Instead of silently failing when stamina is too low, the system now plays a partial stagger step animation, giving the player feedback without a full escape. Attack stun values were also clarified and grouped into tiers for light, medium, and heavy impact. The major win: dodge failures now give feedback, and stamina tuning feels more predictable. Blocker: designers are still dependent on engineers to push live tuning. There's no runtime slider or balance control yet. And finally, QA testing. Testing this sprint covered both gameplay logic and stability. In build 18.2, we validated the entire throwables system. Bugs were found where thrown objects sometimes returned to the player on death or failed to disappear on impact. These issues are now logged and under review. In build 18.3, QA tested kill feed reliability, double knockouts, and round transitions. The kill feed logic passed most cases, but simultaneous knockouts still cause inconsistencies. Stamina changes were confirmed to be working, including the new stagger fallback. The major win: gameplay feedback is improving, and testers are now seeing predictable results across new stamina logic. The major blocker: soft locks still happen in some edge cases when throwables and deaths overlap in the same frame, especially when airborne. Overall, this sprint brought progress across weapon and animation cleanup, hit registration, match tracking, kill attribution, and stamina feedback. Coming up next, deeper hitbox debugging, stagger and stun layering, feature toggles for testing tools, and throw collision cleanup. Thanks for watching Dark Times Debriefed. To join the conversation, head to discord.gg/darktimes. We'll see you next time, Slayers.